Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. Every so often, we post questions to challenge our knowledge of the facts of the Idaho versus Kohberger case, which has become so voluminous in the more than 2 years since the case has been proceeding against Mr. Kohberger. And usually, the members of the community have been doing really, really well. And some of these questions are difficult. They go back a while, with the exception of the most recent one that was posted a day ago. And it tested our knowledge of the facts of the case, asking about the initial hearing when the issue of Mr. Kohberger's bail or bond was addressed. When did it occur? These questions, again, all appear as posts on the community page here at YouTube. And so this is now the spoiler alert. If you have not yet had an opportunity to look at this question and provide your best answer based on the facts of the case, and then come back, because we're going to address the answer right now. Once again, on the community page, there's a posting that says, testing our knowledge of the facts of the case. The initial hearing where the issue of Mr. Kohberger's bail or bond was addressed occurred when? On what date? Answer number 1, December 30th, 2022. Answer number 2, January 4th, 2023. Number 3, January 5th, 2023. And then finally, none of the above. And most people, more than half, approximately 57%, chose that last response, none of the above. And this really is one of the questions that jogs your memory way back to the beginning of the case. As you know, the affidavit of probable cause was signed and filed on the 29th of December, 2022. The order of probable cause was signed also on the 29th of December, 2022, as was the arrest warrant. All came out of Idaho. But Mr. Kohberger was not in Idaho on that day, as we know. He was in Pennsylvania. So let's look at the incorrect answers first. The answer number 4, none of the above, is incorrect. It is one of the above 3 choices. January 5th, 2023 and January 4th, 2023. That sounds more like the time that he returned to Idaho from Pennsylvania, and indeed he had a first appearance before Judge Megan E. Marshall. You can probably still find it online if you look and see for this first appearance in Idaho, but the correct answer is the first, December 30th, 2022, and only 12% of the respondents to this question got this right. Think about it. He's across the country. He's arrested in the very early morning hours of December 30th, 2022 in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, at his parents' home. And the officer, as we know, is Pennsylvania State Trooper Leary, who was one of the 2, if you've been looking at the documents out of Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Kohberger, you know that. You know that Trooper Leary arrested Mr. Kohberger, and he was also one of the 2 Pennsylvania state troopers who signed the Pennsylvania affidavit of probable cause that we addressed in the last episode of this continuing series on the Idaho versus Kohberger case here on YouTube. Going back in time, so he's arrested at his parents' home in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. He's taken to the Monroe County Jail. He needs to make a first appearance in court, and he did. On December 30th, 2022, he made an appearance before Judge Michael R. Muth, and an order denying the motion to set bail for Brian Christopher Kohberger denied December 30th, 2022. Here's a copy of the document. You can read it for yourself, and I do encourage you to read the filings from Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Kohberger. It will add to your research, your understanding of the case as we head toward trial, which is going to be happening sooner than we really know. Summer of 2025 for a case like this is not far off. And when you're talking about, certain of these pretrial motions in limine, for example, being filed later this month, and then the hearings April 9th, the trial is right around the corner. So definitely look at Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Kohberger. Thank you for all who took the quiz. Please keep looking on the community page. We will have additional questions for you to look at in the days and weeks to come. This is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.